Welcome back. Welcome back to What's the Juice at the Juicy T 1111 Energy. Family, listen, okay? This is the energy, all right? Folks that traumatized you so bad, and it ain't even funny, but you gotta laugh to keep from crying, right? This is the energy. Folks that traumatized you so damn bad, excuse me for cursing, okay? But you can't even, the trust that you already didn't have, it's like 10 times more now, okay? Only take it how it resonates, right? So because of what you've experienced, you talking about trust issues, they're just at an all-time high, okay? You can't trust nothing, right? Okay, so prime example, I'm sitting in here, I got to do things from a different device. And then inside, I click on the question mark to, ask a question. And then it's like, allow Google to. And I'm like, allow Google to what? Okay? Because already I feel like they have just, really, all right. Nevertheless, family, I click on it. It opens up a window and just spins with a blank page. That pissed me off, right? So now I'm very upset, okay? Because I was like, see? This is why, right, family? This is why. You know what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with so much hatred. You're dealing with so many thieves. All they've done all their life is just steal. So you know what I'm saying? They be looking for people who are vulnerable. And then here you come like, you know what, Lord, I'm praying. I'm asking for this discernment here. I'm asking you to, you know what I'm saying? And baby, okay, because look, so much happens so quick, so fast, right? And when I do research, it's like, oh, it'll take 30 days here. It'll take the days there. I'm like, well, if it's gonna take them many days, I was getting back replies like, fast and not slow, especially for the YPP program, the YouTube Partner Program. I was like, damn, that came back quick. Damn, that came back, right? Okay, so just researching, trying to figure out, is all this legit? Is everything right? You know what I'm saying? Then I read through the comments. Everybody, oh, we waiting on the bag. Nah, biatch. You ain't waiting on no bag over here. Get away, get away, get away. Because I am going to tell the truth, family. FBI got a job to do, and they got a whole cybersecurity department, and I promise you, I will fill out a report fast and not slow. They probably tired of me. Okay? Take it out. It resonates, all right? Let's tap into the energy, though. I call upon the divine light to surround me. I invite my ancestors, guides, and protectors to stand with me. No harm, no deception, no lower energy may enter this space. Only what serves truth, healing, and highest good is welcomed here, and so it is. Ashe. Okay, family, I'm serious. And then look what flips over. Okay, so you may have a supportive circle. Only take it how it resonates, and if so, thank them. Drop in the comments below. For my supportive circle, I am grateful. Okay, that's if you're feeling this energy. All right. So it says a group of people who provide emotional, mental, or social support, nourishing you and an environment. Okay, let's just pray to the Most High God, the Divine Creator, that we have a supportive circle supporting our new space. Okay, because I promise you, like they did me so dirty, families, where if you didn't know about a trust issue before, you gonna know about one now, okay? They got me diving in areas on devices that I didn't even know I could dive into, okay? Type energy. Take it how it resonates. That's why I said this might be a funny read because it's just, you gotta laugh to keep from crying type energy, okay? Look. Now listen here. The year 2040 or 2041, okay, a gap year is here. Okay, taking a break to figure out what you want, resting period, a time out for reality, okay? Or a timeout from, excuse me, a timeout from reality. So let me read that again. Thank you for the light coming in, Spirit. I appreciate you. Okay, it says taking a break to figure out what you want, resting period, a time out from reality. Okay, so family, let me tell you, because reality, The reality of this 3D matrix of the toxicity in it has been whooping behinds everywhere, okay? From the chosen ones all the way, right? Because people were playing the field, they were playing in the field, they were playing games, period, okay? A lot of non-committal energy here, keeping your options open, desire for fun and variety and freedom and exploring choices, but people were keeping you on your toes, pins and needles, okay? You want to have fun, you want to enjoy life, but you don't know how to because you know how much toxicity is out there. Even though you know that you are doing what the divine wants you to do in staying in your lane, drinking your water, taking your vitamins, minding your business, doing your workouts, doing your protein drinks, whatever the case may be. You ain't bothering nobody. You ain't trying to slide up in nobody's DMs. You ain't on nobody's page stalking them. You know, you might even have just dwindled down your YouTube views and what you look at, right? Like you are really like cutting out the BS, but still yet you are still dealing with something that was traumatizing. Okay. The shit was trauma. It was traumatizing to you. It was like, oh my God, right? Type energy, okay, for my family members that know you coming over from the old channel to the new space. You know that was traumatizing, right? Because I'm like, huh, what? You know? Okay? Because sometimes in this world, when you're dealing with gatekeepers and they become upset with you, they just flat out blacklist you. Ain't no lie about that shit. You can't get a job. You can't do nothing. So you got to tap into what you need to tap into. Just so happens, I've always been innate. Okay, I didn't even know what it was because I'm raised in a very denominational type of family. You know, they're all in religion and they're all in church. So everybody was like, "Oh my God, you know, that's and actually that this is the only thing that resonates with me. Okay, you may be in that energy, all right? So, right. You know, you always looking for these uninvited guests. You like, see, here they go. Okay, you are always looking for these uninvited guests, but you may have a supportive circle that's looking for them too. Okay, take that how it resonates and thank your supportive circle once again. All right, it says here pushes their way in. They sure do. I ain't lying. As soon as I clicked on it, I was pissed off. I said, see, and I literally started saying that, family. I literally started saying, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, always sitting up here acting like you're legit and you're not. You're not, right? That's the energy because they got you like that once before, okay? You believed, you trusted, you thought, you know, and then, you know, now you're looking at things 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. You ain't even looking at it right. You like shit. Now you Googling everything, using AI more than you've ever used it before, right? Because they say AI is the super intelligence when it comes to the human brains. Okay, so now you're looking at everything, right? You looking for all these uninvited guests, okay? People that are unwelcomed, okay? In the comment section, trying to connect to your internets and your devices and stuff like that, right? It says, yeah, you're looking for the people who push their way in. Okay, won't take no for an answer, refusing to let go. Okay, annoying and unwanted. So you're looking for them, and hopefully you have a supportive circle that's looking for them too. Okay, take it how it resonates. Okay, family, tell me more. Yes, because you could be this diplomatic energy here. Okay, you ain't taking no sides, but you just want people to leave you alone. Period. And it's funny, family. This is what I be picking up on. This is another energy I pick up on. And it's amazing to me because this energy that I'm picking up on, you have a lot of people that have more than you. Okay, on a whole nother playing field, right? More of everything than you, but they still trip off of you. Okay, this is the energy I keep picking up on. Okay, you don't really take sides. You're very balanced in your approach for whomever this message is resonating with, and you see both sides and all sides to all stories, situations, and circumstances. Okay, I feel like you definitely look for the middle ground. because the middle ground is peaceful for you. It brings in balance. Okay. You're very diplomatic here. All right. You may have even looked at something as taking a step back, taking some time out for yourself. Like today, I don't know what happened, y'all. I ain't lying. I woke up and I came downstairs and I was thinking to myself, do I want something to eat or drink or something? And I looked at the clock and it said 3:11, and I was like, that's strange. I never do that. But then I went back to sleep and was like, it's 12 o'clock. So there's something here where you may need to just kind of maybe just back away from it. I feel like you could just be, I heard that. Many of you, it's only been you, the Most High God, the Divine Creator, your angels, ancestors, and your spirit guides. You sit, you listen, you hear, you go with their guidance, right? Especially when your mind is troubled or your heart is unsettled or something is just not feeling right. Your intuitive compass is off. Okay. You sit, you listen, you meditate. Okay. It's something about that. But then I also feel like you can only do so much. You are just one energy. Okay. But you have a team, you have a spiritual team. Your spiritual team is high ranking. Okay. Very, very, very intellectually intelligent, very advanced. Okay. And I feel like sometimes your spiritual team is looking at it like, man, we need some. Your spiritual team may have, gotten with another spiritual team, okay, pertaining to a lot that has happened. I cannot make it up. There's been bonds, okay, that were forged in fire here, okay. Strong connections built through shared struggles. Oh, my land. I cannot make it up, family. I cannot make it up. For real though, that is the energy, because I feel like a lot of people could be, now just hear me out. This may not be your story, okay? But you may be that catalyst. You may be that spark that is giving other people the inspiration and encouragement to pick up after falling down. See, a lot of people, what do they be saying? Talk is cheap or something like that. They do say, y'all know from the other space, I be messing up on all of the sayings. Because I'll be living by those things. But, a lot of people will say talk is cheap, right? But I feel like you could be the inspiration in someone's life that has fallen down and felt there was no way to get back up until they seen it happen to you. Hmm. Somebody could have watched you go from, and I don't want to say the mountaintop, because I've seen people, and I know the years that they've had to put in. Okay, I know the years that they've had to put in. You've got people that were on here since 2009. Well, shit, in 2009, I was too busy trying to run behind folks and work jobs and be people pleasing. I didn't even know about this energy here. I hadn't stepped into the innate spirituality that lived within me. Okay, so you may have, been an inspiration for so many to just start on their journey, or they had taken a loss and was like, oh my God, type energy. Okay. And you may have been an inspiration to someone and not even know it, or to many. Okay. But it does say bonds forged in fire, strong connection built through shared struggles, strong and resilient relationships. I'm telling you, somebody now is looking at it like, okay, it's not that hard. It's not work. It is pleasure. It is play. And I don't want to say it like that, but when spirit moves through you, man, it's a pleasurable feeling, because you're on the right path. Okay, so for somebody out here who has taken a fall or has went down or something, I'm here to tell you, I ain't faking at all. Okay, I am not faking at all. All right, there's a financial windfall coming for you. You just have to get back up. Okay, you just have to get back up. I know people say it's easier said than done, but I'm here to show you and tell you, you got to do it. Okay. For whatever it is, you may not be a reader, you may not be a channeler, but for whatever it is, you are building a solid foundation. Okay. Somebody else could be seeing that. Somebody else could be, and I feel like between your supportive circle and your angels, ancestors, the Most High God helping you build a solid foundation, I feel like you got a lot of unwanted energies boxed in here. Okay. It says your hard work is paying off. Stability is here, strong and reliable, long lasting success. Okay. So some of you just need to start over, start again, especially if you were hit how I was hit. But let me explain something to you. I heard that, spirit. I'm going to say it. Sometimes things are taken so that you could be reborn into new energy, into positivity, so that you can speak into existence exactly what it is that you want. I will admit to this, my other channel, and I gotta be honest, I'm a true speaker. That other channel was draining. hmm It kept you reliving the past of what had happened, past events. It wasn't really allowing me or any of my family members to move on. That's why I said over here, I've got, and even the prayer over here is new. Okay, somebody even mentioned that. Thank you for recognizing it, but you know, it's new because we've got to bring in what it is that we want in order to project those positive energies outward, right? That sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me type energy. Okay, there was a lot of, I can't make it up. Look, there was a lot of physical abuse that had come out on that other channel, things that I've held in for a long time. And I mean, I literally held it in. I may have told family members, but then you just quit telling them anything because they just give you this look like they had everything to do with it. Okay, type of energy, yes, but there was a lot of physical abuse and things that were coming out. Okay, you could have been realizing that there was things that were coming out that you hadn't addressed. It was almost like a therapeutic channel. I ain't lying. Okay, some parts of you, you want to fight, like physical. I read somebody's comment. I was like, oh shit. I was like, you know, sometimes you want to physically fight, right? Or someone may be using their fist. I'm seeing somebody punch a bag. I seen somebody just hit a brick wall. I hope your knuckles are okay. Okay, but you were on the defense, full of anger. Okay, people could have been looking like you had anger issues, and it wasn't that you had anger issues, or it's just like shit. When you hold in something so long, it's bound to have to come out, right? And I feel like that channel had a lot to do with like letting people just pour out everything that they had dealt with. Okay. Yeah. And there was a didn't want to back down energy, okay, from that channel. I swear it was like every time I picked up a deck, it was like, damn, why does energy keep coming out type energy, right? I feel like now it's time for you to see the finer things in life, the uplifting things in life. Okay, travel, maybe go near water is very significant here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. You could be a water sign. Your moon sign could be a water sign, okay? You could be a sun, moon, rising, or Venus water sign, but it's something about water that is very calming, okay? But yeah, wishing. It says, well, excuse me. There's no excuses. I heard that, spirit. You could be wishing for some calm, peace, energy, all right? Visiting dream destinations, achievements of dreams and ambitions, okay? Personal goals being met here, okay? That's the energy I'm telling you. And you just got to get over this, you know, regretful hookup. Now, this regretful hookup doesn't mean that you hooked up with somebody unless it is resonating with you like that. But I feel like this could have been a regretful hookup of how things started. See, a lot of people were in question over that channel a lot because it blew up fast. But see, every time I looked at it, I was like, why is it saying I started here, but I got 1900 videos and you could go back to 2019 and see the first ones. Boy, were they horrible. Because I'm not going to lie, family, I was scared. Okay. Nervous, you know, about trying to come on. Didn't know how I wanted to be on. At first I was, you could see me and I just felt so uncomfortable because I don't like spotlight like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got to put a camera in my face. Like if I was a rich star, you wouldn't be knowing about it because I wouldn't be in front of the camera like that. Okay. Type energy. But I feel like that first time around, there was a regretful hookup there, because I feel like I had attracted some people that, I feel they've always had it out for me. Okay, we grew up in the same neighborhoods, we grew up around the same people, and these were energies that, they just never liked me from the beginning anyway. Okay, and then they started, getting with other people in the YouTube community, and it was just a lingering kind of an energy. Okay, so once I let that go, because it was definitely a regretful hookup. Thank you for the light spirit confirmation on that. Okay. So a moth to a flame, like a moth to a flame burned by fire. Exactly. Okay. Temporary, high lasting. Okay. But a very low vibrational energy. Okay. Somebody here wishes you never did it. Okay, or you may wish you never even got into contact like that. There was something that happened on that channel, and I wished I never did it, because I was like, see, I should have known better. Because a lot of people will sit there and they'll act like they cool with you, but really they don't be. They be holding some sort of vendetta against you, and it be over something you don't even know about. Like, I had somebody ask me, like, why you didn't tell me you hooked up with him? And I was like, shit, that motherfucker hooked up with everybody. What are you talking about? I didn't know that that was specifically your man. Shit, okay? I ain't never known him to have a woman. Okay? And this was like way back in the day when I was young. Okay? I thought I was a spring chicken. But there was a resentful hookup. Okay, and I feel like somebody resented you for that hookup, and you were just like, well, shit, hell, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Type energy. Okay, and this person just held on to that, a long-term ramification. Okay, and that is the energy. Yeah, you could have had somebody that, man, y'all know how, and masculines, don't get mad at me, but y'all know how y'all do. You see something you want, you ain't gonna tell nobody you got no woman, no wife, or nothing else, and then the next, and no, they weren't married. Now, I'm gonna clear that up right now. They were not married. But, this energy was somebody I had grew up with or just been around since I was 16, right? Met them when I was 16. And by the time I was 18, they was off, but we ain't gonna revisit that. That's over, that's done, we don't care, right? But yeah, it was storms brewing here, right? And that's what that energy was. Okay, a conflict on the horizon, stirring up drama, upcoming clashes or issues underneath the surface. This is what that resentful hookup, I ain't lying, brought straight to the forefront. It really did. Okay, tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about the gap year, the diplomatic, and the sticks and stones. So there was a radiant health. Okay, so you may be radiant. Your health is good. Okay, for whoever needs to know that. All right, your health or your skin or your complexion, your hair, whatever the case may be, take it how it resonates. But there's a physical and emotional well-being. And you have been improving. Okay, your well-being and your spiritual, mental, emotional, physical well-being has been improving. You are showing up being vibrant, mentally fit. Okay, glowing or shining quality. Okay, somebody else could be seeing that, right? But then you had instant chemistry come out here in the reverse. New connections, feels like fate, inexplicable connection, intense attraction from the start. But that here is in the reverse. So this energy is giving me, like, you're back, you're better, you're stronger than ever, but you still got somebody resenting you. Okay, like my family, I didn't know how to connect. I didn't know how to find nobody. When I say they took everything, they took everything. 25-year phone number, email address, Facebook page, all that wiped away, gone. Okay, so I just said start from the bottom to the top. Okay, it's going to take time, as all things do, but I feel like, I am picking up energies that, probably shouldn't be here. I'm just going to tell the truth on that. You know what I'm saying? They come in, they drop by, they say their little slick shit, and off they go. But because of the community being as small as it is now, I could kind of weed through and hide my channel from those types of energies. You feel me, family? So some of you are building from the ground up, but you're building And while you're building, you're questioning everything, okay? Your antennas are out there. They're alert. You know, okay? But I feel like you also have a supportive circle here too that is helping you weed through some things, I promise you, because you are on the rise, okay? Message in the stars, okay? Feeling connected to the universe through astrology, seeing signs all around you. Yes. Okay, so for some of you, you know, there's still that lingering energy because you know they watching, you know they mad. They because they took you whatever they did, it was so it could have been okay, so let me slow down. Things that happen to you, family, they don't affect you how people think they would or should affect you. And it's because you've been through so much to where nothing really surprises you anymore. Okay, you definitely are at an age right now where you done been through a lot, where a lot of things people do, it just doesn't surprise you anymore. But that doesn't mean that you let your guard down. And I don't mean guard as in, you know, blocking everything out, but you know, you are definitely trying to protect your space, your peace, and your well-being and how you take care of yourself. Okay. There's a lot of people out here right now that the tables have turned. They are where you have been for all your life most of the time. You know, you didn't have stable jobs. Every time you thought you were going to have something that was stable, it showed you it wasn't. And that's where you know you were being given dead end jobs, dead end relationships, okay, stalemates, okay, even your family members just love to see you go through that roller coaster ride of, you know, and when I say you were up high, I don't mean you was walking around bragging, yeah, I got a job, da, 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 but you just, you know, you were more comfortable knowing that you was going to go to work and you was going to do da da da. And then when that fell off, you was back at ground zero. Like somebody was out here really playing with your emotions, okay? Whether it was good or bad, all right? And I feel like, you know, you turn things around with the help of the Most High God, the divine creator of all living things, your angels, ancestors, and your spiritual team. Okay, you did a 180-degree turn. You started fixing things, you started making things right, okay, returning home or returning back to what it is that you know, okay, moving on in a positive direction. That's what you started doing. I feel like you are also an inspiration to somebody or many, okay? Because there could have been many energies that were impacted by something. You may have even also, you know, given other energies um, the strength, the hope, and the aspiration to just start again. Because sometimes people will take you and they be like, "Yeah, that did it. I bet." Brr. Nah, not exactly. Mm-mm. See, something about your fortitude, something about your resilience, your diligence. You're not built like most people because you've gone through more than what most people could ever imagine going through. You didn't have a choice. You did not have a choice. You never have had a choice just to lay dormant, for whoever this message is resonating with. I cannot make it up. The catalyst, the spark that lit the flame, person who initiated change, setting everything in motion, the key, like you were that energy. There's a lot of people out here right now, they're mad at you because they feel like they could be feeling like the world is the way it is because you set it into motion. No, you were trying to tell them what was coming. A lot of people want to blame the world and where it's at right now today and our leaders. Okay, I say our leaders, okay, because that's what, you know, hey, okay, that's what they go by. Okay, they could be blaming our leaders and our leadership on you, but shit, it was inevitable. See, what people don't understand is that it was God's plan. You're the messenger. You are telling people this is what's about to crack off. Whether they like it or not, you're God's messenger. So if you said something and it came to be, you gave forewarning. Message. Okay? Look what came out. Cosmic nudges. You gave forewarning. The cosmic nudge, the push from the universe guiding you towards your destiny. You were trying to tell people, look, this is what's about to happen. They may not have believed you. I cannot make it up. The bottom of the deck. They may not have believed you. They got all up in their head until it happened. You weren't lying. You weren't being deceitful. You were telling everybody. Because, see, I feel like people don't realize the torture, the torment, the trauma that they put the chosen through, the messengers through, the divinely guided, anointed, and appointed through. It had to stop sooner or later. So now people are all up in their heads, okay? They felt like, you could have been the one that initiated this. Who knows? Shoot, if you God's child, the way you say you are, and you got to crying to God, shoot, I'm telling you, my Father answers. Okay? So yeah, now they could be trying to play mind games with you, all right? Gaslighting, want you to lose your mind or want you to feel intimidated or some sort of psychological warfare or confusion. You're not confused about anything. Now you're just overly alert about everything. So anytime any things, any links and shit like that come through, you like, okay, see, here we go. So Spirit is just telling me to tell you at this time, family, watch everything like a hawk. Okay? I mean everything. Because, see, a lot of people want to get into, like, let's say you disconnected one device. They damn sure want to see what's on the other one. You know what I'm saying? Because these people right here, they are. And I feel like what's going to end up happening is somebody, and I keep hearing that, and I don't want to say it, but somebody is about to go to jail. And this person that is about to go to jail, they're going to bring down about 45 people with them. Yeah, because they were a drama magnet. Prone to attracting drama, unhealthy relationships, mood swings, attention seekers. Like, you know what I'm saying? And these are people that they thrive off of others' heartache and others' pain and others' misfortune, and they steal from people. And I have said it before, and I don't mean to say it again, but I can't stand a liar. I hate a liar. And then everything that follows after it. Because if you're a liar, you're normally a thief. Okay, family. So take it how it resonates. Yeah. And right now, Spirit is saying, many of y'all, you are facing your fears head on. You are facing your fears head on. Okay. So I'm going to leave that message here. Take it how it resonates. Thank you for tapping back in. Let's go on and close out. At this time, Divine, I release the weight of deception and betrayal. I stand rooted in my truth. I call back my power, my light, and my peace. I am whole, I am becoming, and so it is. Ashe. Okay, y'all, and until next time, y'all have a magnificent day. Ashe.